As you all know, I'm reading The Turn of the Screw by Henry James, and this week I'm going to talk about symbols, specifically the ghosts as symbols and what they mean to the governess. The ghosts basically symbolize the projection of the governess's fears. First of all, for all we know in the story, Mrs. Gross told the governess that Miss Jessel and Peter Quint, the ghosts, had an affair while they were alive and living at Bly Estate. The governess is kind of afraid of a social rejection like that because automatically people obviously think bad of you if you have an affair with someone. And the governess knows her place and she doesn't really want to lose it or be in that kind of situation. But I think this also shows through, because whenever the governess sees the ghost, she always tries to have a strong persona about her and doesn't want to look afraid. Doesn't want to be afraid of the ghosts or make them think that she's afraid. For example, she recently saw Peter Quint, and he and her had a serious eye connection, and they just kind of stare at each other for like minutes. And I think they have these interactions like that really symbolize her. It kind of brings out her fear, and it's her being strong. Her trying to be strong, be this protector of the children. But I think that the ghosts symbolize her fears of social classes, because maybe she has to act strong because she knows she's in a higher level social class than they were because they were looked down upon because they had an affair. So the ghosts kind of symbolize the governess's fears and how she projects them and how she reacts to them. Besides her being afraid and having a strong persona, she also kind of has this fear of her sexuality. She's a young girl, and her employer is a rich and handsome man, and Mrs. Gross always tells her that he picks those young women. And I think that the ghosts kind of symbolize of what could happen. And sometimes maybe she wants this, her guilty desires, but also she doesn't want this because she'll be looked down upon. Because all ties back into the Victorian era and social classes. So maybe we'll see more things that the ghosts symbolize throughout the story.